Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Tuesday evening and today we are talking budget lunches. And I have to say, if you've been watching, you'll have seen I've got my little bento box. And I was very excited about taking that this morning. And I had my mushrooms done. I didn't do the potato salad, but I had everything sorted, or at least ready to get sorted, until I slept in. I woke up at 7:20. I start work at 8. I was in the office by 7:45. Luckily, I only live 3 to 4 miles away. I literally fell out of bed, fell into my clothes, and ran. So the bento box did not get used. However, I had to come back at lunchtime to let the cat out and get some stuff for some people at work. So I thought, right, I'll just take the bento box with me. So I filled it up while I was here at lunchtime. And I sat and I had understanding. This was done in like less than a minute. I had my cherry tomatoes that I put in last night. At lunchtime, I sliced up some of my roast pork. So I'd probably 6, I think, like really wafer thin slices of roast pork. I had 2 of the mini wraps, had my mushrooms, and I had my tub of coleslaw. And I made a wrap that was like so stuffed it barely closed. And thoroughly enjoyed it. I still had a couple of bits of mushrooms left, a couple of bits of pork left. So, just munchies. And I was like, that's really, really good. And I was so proud of myself. I was going about, even went to the boss and went, like healthy stuff, look at me. And they're like, oh, Karen's got healthy stuff. So basically, it was a roast pork with mushroom and coleslaw wrap. And I thought, right, how big a deal can this be, this doing your own lunch, actually preparing it? So, me and my list. So I went and worked it out. It cost me £1.20 for a lunch that was so filling that I didn't actually eat it all. And it cost me £1.20. Well, possibly that's not actually adding in the pork, but the pork is the leftover bit from a roast before. So even if I add on 20p for the pork, or even 40p for the 30p, say, it's £1.50. So if I add the pork on, say £1.50 for that, because they were very wafer thin slices. And I was like, oh my goodness, how much is it for a sandwich out the shops nowadays? Which I haven't actually looked up, but I'm pretty sure it's like almost £2. And some of them are over £2. They're like £2.20, £2.50, £2.75. Now, looking at this, I went and worked it out. My tomatoes, they cost me £1 for the box. Now, I will get at least 4 servings out of that box, probably 5. But if we go for 25p that cost me. The wraps were 75p for 8 of them. Now, I only used 1, so we'll say that's 10p. My coleslaw was £1.60 because I had to buy the coleslaw because they didn't have white cabbage. So I'll get 4 portions out of that minimum, so that's 40p. And my mushrooms were 30p. So what's that? That's 40, add 30 is 70, add 10 is 80, £90, £1.05 for that. And then if you take it, say 45p for the pork, gives you £1.50, because originally I'd said it was £1.20, but actually the mushrooms, I didn't use as many as I thought. So the mushrooms weren't 45, they were 30p. Now, your mushrooms were 90p for the packet. So, I'll get 3 hits out the mushrooms, so that's 30p. So, even taking it as 45p for the pork, that's still lunch for £1.50. And lunch that's enough that I'm not actually hungry. I didn't need any more. There was actually bits left for me to pick at through the afternoon. I'm dead excited about that. Like, proper excited. So then I had a look at the other things I got. So I got my carrots. It was a kilo of carrots for 60p. Now, I am going to get so many hits out of that. So that's 15p if I take them for lunch. My potato salad, I got a kilo of the baby potatoes. They were £1. So 25 pence, because you'll get 5 or 6 hits out of that. Add on the mayonnaise and the spring onions. It's about 25 pence a serving. And my pork pies, they were the most expensive thing. They were 42 pence each for the 6 pork pies. Well, 41 point something. So 42 pence each. But you're like, even if I have potato, salad, pork pies and carrots, that's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 82 pence. For a pork pie, a load of potato salad and some carrots. Even adding some tomatoes at 25 pence. This is like so good for saving money. And all it takes is a bit of planning, which I am singularly useless at. But even just, because I know there's all these bento box ideas of, oh, isn't this fabulous and doesn't it look good and doesn't it have all the flavours, etc., etc. I'm rubbish at that. I have my sausages that I'm going to cook and slice up and serve with pasta with some dressing on it. Some mayo, a boiled egg that I'll slice up, or I'll maybe mix it with egg mayo and have it in a wrap or something. Do you know, I still eat very simple food. But this budgeting for lunches makes a huge difference, because if you can cut your budget for lunches down to £5 a week instead of £30 a week, that's great. Do you know, even if you're spending £20 a week just now, to get it down to £5, that's £15, £30, £60 a month you're saving. That's a lot of money nowadays. And it's a lot of money that can go to better uses than having a sandwich that's been pre-made in the million by somebody in a factory, and that you might not even like that much. So, and normally the filling doesn't go round to the edges of the sandwich, can I just say, because my wrap was filled right out to the edges. So yeah, that's my new excitement for today, is I need to start inventing lunches. And for dinner, I had my bolognese that I took out the freezer. So I've had that. That's all done. There was enough for 2 portions, so I'll have that again tomorrow. So that means I'm just coming in and microwaving something tomorrow, which is fabulous. So yeah, it's been a good day. I hope you're having a good day too. Catch you later.